So, just got home. Let's start with that stairs at 6 a.m. this morning, bruv. So, I'm already not in the mood. Morning peace disturbed. Check. Work was stupid busy for me. The first tags are due. I'm so embarrassed. I started my own GoFundMe and posted it, and I'm sure people are laughing at me. I feel so fucking exposed. Fucking sucked. Not gonna hold you. I haven't eaten all day. I didn't get a lunch today. I was starving. Today didn't have a chance. Like, what even happened today? I really want to know. Somebody please tell me. What happened? Why? I don't know what kind of illness is going on downstairs below me, but somebody needs to do a wellness check because that shit started off my day. I have never come across somebody who so blatantly didn't give a fuck about anybody else but themselves. I mean, 6 a.m. again, blasting music, with all the windows and doors open. 6 a.m. on a Monday. Who does that shit? What if I worked from home that early? What if I work later in the morning and I don't get up until 7? What if I have a baby? A kid? I don't know what hellhole has opened up, but I need bags of sand immediately. I'm stressed. Monday morning meetings are the worst and they should be banned from this country. All of our politicians and lawmakers are wasting their time on the wrong shit. We need to ban Monday morning meetings. Ban Mondays altogether. We need 4-day work weeks, period, permanent. I'm gonna do with my life. I hate everybody. It's ghetto here on earth. Adulthood is the worst hood. But I'm convinced that this is even worse than your average adulthood. Like, somebody send SWAT. Cause something ain't right. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do about my job. At the end of the day, I'm the only one that has my own back and that truly understands what my needs are. Duh, right? I know that. Yeah, I'm just talking out loud. I know this. But this is like my problem with like opening up and being vulnerable and telling people what you need, because they're just like begging to know so that they can help you. And then you do that shit. You open up, you express the need, and promises are made and like fireworks get shot off and all this excitement and hope and promise, all this shit, right? And then at the end of the day, it's like, that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna make that happen. So I don't even know why you sold me that. I don't know why I even bought that shit. It's up to me. Like I've been knowing. But you try to be a team player and open up and show a little personality. And you forget for a split second that nobody gives a shit about anybody but themselves. Clearly. That's the moral of today's story. I don't know what's going on, but I'm stressed. And when stuff like this happens, it makes me even more stressed, which causes even more of a delay. And I haven't checked in with y'all about this for a while, but it's pretty much the end of June and my cycle hasn't come on yet. Not that I'm necessarily ready for it because I still don't have the money to pay to like start this again, but it also hasn't come at the same time. I think I'm 36 days out. 36 days. This is like deja vu from freaking January. I went 43 days. When stuff like this starts happening, it freaks me out. It worries me. Like, this isn't normal. So it just like points me in the direction again that like the severity of me needing to hurry up and get back on track and like start this whole fucking thing all over again, because reality check, I still have a ticking clock. I'm running out of time. That didn't change. Oh God. My car needs servicing. My tags are due. It's the end of the month. Rent is coming up. It's 110 degrees this week. I don't know. School is about to start next week and I haven't even fully like I've enrolled for one class. I haven't even applied for the other shit. And I'm afraid to now because it's like what's gonna happen with my job? My bird. And I just want to hide away. Email from somebody that found my resume, said that I'd be a great fit for some position. I need to check that out and see what they're talking about. I'm tired of mediocre. I need above and beyond. Because I'm always going to go above and beyond. I need somebody to ride for me like that. Just somebody. Just one person. I left my wallet at home today. Probably a good thing because I would have ordered something that I didn't need when I already had something that I didn't need at home. I just couldn't get away today. Time flew by. Everybody called this morning needing stuff. I just couldn't get away. I never have time. I'm always busy. I'm not the kind of person that can like skip a meal and it's totally fine. Like I will bite somebody hard and then die. I need food. And that's my fault for not bringing my lunch, but First of all, I'm not working through my lunch. Second of all, I normally can steal away and come back home real quick and eat. I didn't want to pack my pizza. Like, I didn't want to do that. Just come home and eat and then go back. I'm right down the street. I wish I had one more slice. That was really, really good. Bruh, something really bit me on the way in here. And it left a hole. Doesn't hurt though, it only itches. Okay, bag options. That's really pretty. This is reusable. This is reusable. She probably doesn't want what I have, to be honest. The other blue bag, not a good bag. Girl, help. Okay, people are calling me. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Everything's fine. Let me get my little cousin. Well, she's not little anymore. She's not a teenager anymore. She's a woman. Well, she's been a woman, but she's not a teenager anymore. My baby. Aww. Celebrating her birthday. 20 years old. What was I doing at 20? Girl, nothing. Okay, so, card. This, I need to put that in that. Another plastic bag. So, did I get the deal or not? Did I or not? I did. Look at that. Okay. I hate when stores put stickers on stuff, especially pretty stuff. Like, don't put stickers on this pretty book or like this glass. The worst is when a sticker is put on in the middle of a frame on the glass. Like, why would you do that? Put it in the back. Okay, it's coming up pretty easy though, so. I got my little cousin who's 20 years old a book about finding yourself. This is probably perfect for the young adult. How It Feels to Find Yourself, Navigating Life's Changes with Purpose, Clarity, and Heart by Mira Lee Patel, best-selling author of Start Where You Are. Considering how life has been lifing lately for us big grown folks, I think this is a good dip your toe in the waters of adulthood, because again, what do we always say? It is the worst hood. It is the ghetto. So just, you know, a little something to get your mind right, something to speak to your little spirit and cultivate dreams and just get to know yourself and confidence and all that yada yada Gen Z stuff. It's cute. I think she'll like it. Now, okay, I could put it in this bag. I could put it in the Sephora bag. Let me see which one she wants first. Let me see. Let's see if any of those. If not, I will just use this really pretty flowery one. Super foreign looking because it is super foreign. It is, this is pretty paper, right? Pink and green from Italy. So I like to repurpose bags since I get so many of them. Like there's no point in throwing this away. Reuse the bag. You're gonna need a bag for something or for someone. So just keep it. Even if it's like a retail bag, like these are good bags. So what, you're not getting makeup. There's something else better inside because it's from the heart. From the heart. So, probably can't see. I don't know which one she's gonna choose. Probably none of them. So I'll just use the flower one. And wrap it in this pretty pink. I still don't remember blowing this candle out. I don't know if I blew it out or if it just finally went out. Okay, so this book, green paper, is that like too hobo chic, or what do you call it, too repurposed? Is that too boho? Can we cut the paper a little bit? Ooh. Lace thing. Now I have another really, really difficult decision to make. No, I don't. It was always there. It was always there. I just don't think I was ready for it this early on. But it was always there. So now it's, do I sell all my shit, buy a greenhouse, put it in my dad's yard next to his greenhouse, put all my babies in that greenhouse, and not renew my lease, and live with them until further notice? Or do I renew my lease and stay here in both stress and happiness, chaos and harmony, peace and worry? Because what? Two things can be true at the same time. What do I do, bruh? Ugh. Why did I think December? Why? All right, what am I writing? What's with this wind? I need to hurry up. I'm getting picked up soon. When is her golden birthday? She's got some time. She's got 5 years before her golden birthday. Okay. Cool. Now let's write the card. Oh my gosh, I remember when you were a little baby and I was 14 and I held you in my arms and you were just so sweet. I don't even know what to say right now. I do know what to say, but I don't know what to write to make it make sense. Card says, every big dream begins with a little wish. Hope today is the start of something good. Not me getting emotional when I'm already emotional. Okay. think that's enough of a chapter. Cat. I usually don't like to lick my cards, but this is a nice card. So, you. Okay. Hopefully that works. Now I need to chill a moment. Okay. Anyways, did I finish talking about the rest of what's on my mind? You just sat there for like 10 minutes while I wrote somebody's birthday card. Yeah, bro, I'm stressed. But more about that later. I'll be back. I'm at home. No vacation for me in the near future. Not even little ones, so that's okay. Yeah. So I did the homework. And that was interesting. Yeah, I did the homework. So I guess I should start off with how I'm feeling in this moment and today and after. Well, it's only Wednesday, but so far this week and weekend, I'm feeling really uncomfortable in my skin. Really vulnerable, wide open. I feel blown wide open, real raw. So I'm just kind of sitting in that and processing through it and just trying to figure out how to get out of that. It's from several different situations, but I guess starting with the letter, should I read that or should we go and talk about, I don't know. So this was really something new for me. And the letter is, I think it goes without saying that I miss you, and I think about what could have been often. I've been afraid to revisit this and try things out again because I'm not ready for another rejection or failure. I'm just not able to handle anything else going wrong. I love you the most. You are my first love. You were always there to cultivate and support me and who I was at my truest. I've lost that along the way. I miss me when we were together. You were a huge part of the light and color in me. So the thought that this chapter could really be over, the possibility that we were never meant to be the way that I dreamt, saddens and scares me. I'm not sure who I am without you, or what I would do next if this wasn't it. Nothing else comes to mind that could bring me true joy. Well, there is one thing, and although I hope to share you with the other dream of mine, I'm failing at that too. I don't know what I'm trying to say other than I'm sorry for everything. I'm sorry for blaming you for my unhappiness and allowing outside situations to distance us. I'm sorry for leaving you while aimlessly searching for answers I had all along. Nothing has been greater than what we had all these years. And if you're willing, I'd like to try again, but taking things slow.
Wow. I see why you're raw. You're raw.
Yeah, I'm definitely still sitting with that and kind of understanding, like, what are the next things that I really need to do in order to mend that relationship, or just mend that part of me, because it is so, it has played an integral part. And so I think that is going to be uh, one of the biggest ways that I can reclaim me, or kind of get that person that I miss in myself coming back to life, is by reconnecting with my art, which was a huge part. So that's going to be a whole thing in itself. In which way? In the way of like cautious about like approaching it?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because I feared that this might come up, because when I reread that after writing it, it felt very much, I don't know why or what she has to do with this, but the letter felt very familiar. And I wasn't sure if I should go down that like mental rabbit hole of like connecting it, but I did a little bit. I peeked inside, and it's almost like if she were to write this letter to me, that's what I would want to hear. And I would be excited to hear it, and I don't know. And me being me, if she wrote that letter to me, I know that I would be tested again. It would be a decision for me, because everything natural about me would want to jump all over it and just accept it and all of that. But it would be the test of where I'm at now, how far I've come, and just all the things. And I'm not sure that I want a letter like this to be written to me at this point. How I'm feeling right now, I don't even want, just keep it. But as it pertains to me writing a letter to my art, I'm hoping for another chance. I'm praying that everything that I was afraid of was just in my head, and that I was overthinking it, and that there is a future for us. And because I really do want it to work. I really do enjoy it. I really love it. It has caused me so much peace. It was always my escape. So yeah, but I approaching it with caution, because there is so much weight on that. And if it doesn't play out again like I really want it to, or I'm thinking how it should, that disappointment is gonna sting again. And it's like, okay, did I set myself up for the sting? And maybe I need to reevaluate my expectations, which also sucks. I haven't been ready to like step over that threshold, because I don't trust myself yet. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's cool.
I didn't have a job. I didn't have a primary source of income. So I quit my job and said, I'm going to take a full year and just focus on the art and make that work. And this is going to be the start of this beautiful lifelong career of me being an entrepreneur, and me selling my art and just progressing and getting better, and all the things. Being that primary source of income. It was supposed to work. It was the one thing that brought me joy. And I hated that job, I was sick and tired of it, literally sick, and hated that job. It was just too much. And I couldn't stop thinking about how I was working so hard for everybody else up until that point while I was there. I had written business plans and lesson plans for people, and I just did everything else for these other small business owners who were living their dream, making it work, and now I'm working for this big company and I'm tired and I don't feel well and I hate this. Why hadn't I put that 1,000% into me, into my passion, into my art? And so it was like two very important things at once, but it wasn't a solid follow through. I really needed to leave that job. I really needed that medical help. And so I just severed those ties because something was going to happen. And then I used the art and that whole thing as a crutch, like, okay, I'm going to hurry up and backfill this because I don't have a plan. I'm just going to hurry up and backfill it with this and hope that it works. Also where I see that glimmer of hope is because when I first did this, I didn't have a plan. Shit did not go right from the beginning. It was only a year. Everybody knows, I know that it takes longer than a year for any business to do anything. It takes longer than 3 years. I know this. So that's a part of the apology, is because I had unrealistic expectations. I threw it under and hoped that it would stand, knowing good and dang well that it wasn't going to. And, you know, the blame game continued. And then, you know, other people got involved, and I was just like, well, you know, this just wasn't meant to be for me anyways. At this point, it's like, I really want to approach it from a place of comfort. I hate to use that word, but yeah, I want to be in a place of peace and not approach it from a place of necessity. And because I've been operating off of necessity and on just the thinnest version of me up until now, I think that's another reason why I don't want to put paint to canvas, because I don't feel there yet. I have a lot to paint about, but I don't feel there yet. The content, I have the visions, I have the things that I want to translate to canvas, but I feel like that translation where I'm at now is not going to come through the way that I want it to. Like, I'll always have...
That's what you think. You don't know until you try, right?
Yes, that's true. Part of myself too. Because it's like, the more time that passes by, I know the more out of practice that I am.
Yeah.
But also, if the shit doesn't look like it, the old me, which I know it won't, that's what I'm afraid of. Is like, my art is going to be totally different. It may not be good anymore, even by my own abstract standards. So it's like, okay, do I keep going to see how things change, or is this the end?
Yeah. It's interesting though, how many times you gave an X who didn't deserve it, but you won't give yourself even like one more chance to see where it's gonna go.
There might be truth in me saying that I felt that there was more potential in that relationship than there was in me doing art alone.
Wow. That's sad.
You know, emphasizes how much I was willing to totally dissolve who I am for that.
Yeah.
I think that along the way I had hope that if I had accomplished this one thing, and I still have this mentality when I think about my other goals, the other things I'm trying to accomplish, if I accomplish this one thing and sacrifice every bit of me and I get to that part, then once I get there, I can start threading back in the other things. And that's, we know how that's going. sacrificing and more emptying of my bucket than anything, which is part of the haboob conversation, which I'm feeling something different today, that not only do I have this haboob where this huge singular financial blow out of nowhere hits me, and I feel that choking, hit a wall, can't move feeling. There's also something else that happens, and it is, I haven't put a name to it yet, but it very much feels like I'm filling this bucket with puzzle pieces, filling my bucket, and my bucket becomes overfilled. And there's a point right before something similar to the haboob, there's a point right before everything crashes, my bucket spills over with these puzzle pieces where I feel like I'm trying to hold on to everything, just keep it together, and that stretching hurts so bad. And it just feels like chaos and overwhelm and loud noise. And then there's this overwhelming emotion that floods, and I just break down, I cry, and because it's out of frustration and out of the feeling of defeat. I can't hold on anymore. As soon as I let it go and I allow that bucket of puzzle pieces to spill over, I feel so much better. I have a fresh empty bucket, and then I can start putting one puzzle piece in at a time. I still may not know what the whole picture is, but I at least have the space to start one at a time, and it's just like the cycle of empty, full, empty, full, empty, full. And in the meantime, I'm being hit with haboobs. So it's just like this constant, I don't know. I'm trying to like kind of envision and translate it into colors, like the haboob feeling, but so far nothing has been more powerful than the physical feeling that I have when these things occur. So that's where I'm at this week, and today it's just like, I get to a point where, okay, everything is hitting me at once, thoughts, feelings, situations, and I have to just let it go. I just have to let it drop and then start over again, pick it up. So I'm on that wave. Carrying over part of it, which I need it to be the art. I want it to be the art. I'm still not utilizing it the way that I need to. So I'm sitting in my own problem.
And since it's so much a part of you, integral.
Okay, I'll work on that.
So I'd like to hear.
I just said that I'm having trouble putting color to the feeling that I'm having, but because I'm an abstract artist, I start with colors, and then whatever image comes is what comes. So the colors that I'm thinking right now to start would definitely be dark violets, black, very like space-like colors, terrestrial, I don't know what you call it, space. So just dark colors, but not in a sad way, just more of like deep depth, feeling of heaviness, but not necessarily sorrow. So just different shades of purple and black, and shapes like ellipses and curves, nothing sharp, just very soft. Yeah. That's kind of like the... Yes. Right. I will... Yes. I see what you did there. I can think of right now. It's very like spur of the moment. There would be times before where on my way home or on my way to work, on my long drives, all I could see were just like colors. And I couldn't wait to get off work to go home because I'd have to get it out, is what I'd say. I just need to get this on canvas, get it out. And they were just so bright. And just joyful. So, not to say that this is not joyful, but the color palette that I'm seeing today is, I haven't really felt that in a while.
Let's do beauty.
So bad. I did not realize it. So, what else? Let me just pick one thing else. So some of the puzzle pieces that I've just let fall out of my bucket is I'm just gonna leave the conversation about my position at work, and it's been a mess here lately, and I haven't felt, when I say like I feel uncomfortable in my skin, I haven't felt this insecure in a really long time. What am I even trying to say here? I'm not. I have done a lot here in the last 2 weeks that have been outside of my comfort zone. I have shared with friends, family, co-workers, more than I like. But I'm trying to get out of my own way. I'm trying to let people in, to see if there's anywhere that they could help, progression, problem solve. My grandmother says, stop being so selfish with what's going on in my life. So I'm trying to utilize community, utilize resources, and just open up. It's very uncomfortable and it sucks. And this week, the product of that did not build a case for me to continue doing this. I don't want to continue being open and vulnerable. So I'm also unpacking that in every sense. I've expressed till I'm blue in the face how I feel about my role, what I want out of my role, and just going forward, how I feel about my salary, what I need as far as continuing to support these advisors. And I felt a little bit of doubt in my own capabilities yesterday after a long conversation with the people that I work with and my leader. I have not had anybody question my abilities for a while, and that made me feel some kind of way. I'm open to coaching and all of the things. I'm not above that, but I definitely felt a way. And so today I feel like I'm just gonna stop barking up trees and just figure it out on my own, and just figure it out on my own before I make it worse. We're in a time right now where, I mean, nothing is ever guaranteed, but you know, people are losing the best of jobs, and that is the very last thing that I can deal with. So I'm just gonna shut up and just figure it out. And I don't know what that looks like. Puzzle piece out of my bucket. We'll figure that out when I get to that piece. Far as the IVF goes, I feel like, not just with this, but with anything, I can't say that I tried until I've tried all that I know to try. And so I'm thinking outside of the box, and as uncomfortable and awkward as it was for me to create my own GoFundMe, I did, and I shared it, and it sucked, and I feel exposed and vulnerable, and I feel like I'm definitely projecting, I'm assuming what other people might be assuming or thinking, and what a mess, what a nightmare. I find finally had a long conversation with my grandmother about this whole IVF thing, because I had not told her. And the people that did know about it, I asked them kindly not to say anything until I was ready, because I had this perfect vision in my head on how I was going to tell her. And it was going to be like, hey, by the way, I've been doing IVF, and here's the baby, here's your other grandkid. And, you know, just, that's part of being an imaginative person. Some of this is foolery.
Yeah.
I had to have that conversation with her because somebody else did something that forced me to do it, which I hate operating in that way. But as it pertains to family, I keep getting myself in these predicaments where I'm forced to have conversations, or like there's this awkwardness and it doesn't go the way that I planned and blah, blah, blah. So I did that. It was difficult, but it's done and I feel better and she's fine and everybody's fine. Nobody died. So I think I'm really ready for the weekend, because I'm gonna go recook myself so I can stop being all raw. Suggest that to anybody.
You like to go all or nothing.
Yeah, I definitely not intentional. It's just how things are rolling around in my world. Right? That's where I'm at, in the middle of that mess with no resolution. So I'm just sitting here with my thoughts.
Oh, hope. Been afraid of that.
Yeah.
Nothing else that we can do.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
doing literally everything. I've never seen somebody fight so much for a child in their life. So you're definitely doing everything you can.
Sometimes I question myself. I'm like, why did you pick all of the hardest things? Yeah. Pretty much one of those things where I've been considering it more and more and more and more. It's neck and neck. And that's a whole other Band-Aid that I'm realizing that maybe it would help me to rip off. Is I feel like I need to have a conversation with my dad about how he feels about this whole thing, because I've got this wild idea that it would also matter to him, the biological part. I mean, his family is so cut short. I mean, there's not many of us left, and I want to know what his thoughts are on that, and if it matters. And I say all this to say, my dad is sick again, so that's put additional thoughts, my whole goal. And so it's like, okay, maybe I just need to stop wasting time, because the inevitable may be the inevitable. And if I just go ahead and start planning for the donor, would that kind of suffice? But again, like, it's a wild thought, because I'm not doing it for me, I'm doing it with somebody else in mind. And if I have that conversation with him about what he thinks, then I'm not jumping to the conclusion of just silliness. So there are a lot of conversations that I need to have. The biggest one, going back, is I need to have a conversation with one of my coworkers about communication and work styles. And then I think I need to have a conversation with my dad about just what he thinks. Because I don't know. So.
Yeah, that's very perfect.
That's what's going on.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
See you next time.